Tyson Fury, Francis Ngannou, what happened? You're going to hear from an actual boxing judge. You know who I am. No introductions necessary. Let me break down for you what happened on the night. So, a few things we look for, yeah, when we're judging a professional fight. This is two champions, professionals. It's not amateur. It's not your Sunday morning boxing fight, yeah. Two professionals who hate each other. And we need to see these signs of aggression, yeah. They actually want to pulverize each other. And they want to get out of each other's heads. Like, oh, this is the biggest payday. What's my wife thinking? No, none of that. I ate that individual. And that's all that I'm thinking about, yeah? So that's what I want to see. So what happens? Fury shows up in the worst shape I've ever seen him, right? So they're live in Saudi Arabia looking up. And his fat is hanging over his belt. So they don't like that at all. You hate that individual. You want to pulverize him, but you don't have the discipline to lose the weight. Okay, so that's not good. It was all a bit of a spectacle. His dad jumping around talking about he wants to fight Mike Tyson. Like, I know it's a game, but get your head in the game, yeah? It's not all about showmanship. You're going around doing all these promotional tours the days before. You didn't need to. This fight was highly anticipated. You didn't need to do all of that. So let's look at the actual boxing, right? So people say that Fury outboxed Ngannoi, and that's true and it's not true. So who threw the most punches? Ngannou threw the most punches, right? So he threw the most punches. However, Tyson had the greatest accuracy. So Tyson landed more punches. But that's just one element. There are other things that you look at. What about the power punches? So Francis Ngannou landed more power punches than Fury. 37 Ngannou landed. Fury landed 31, right? So right now we're about balance in terms of the points. But you also have to look at the distribution, yeah? So it's not just a case of who hit more. It's if you do all of your punches in 1 or 2 rounds, well, you get the points for 1 or 2 rounds, but you don't get, it doesn't carry for all the 10 rounds. So we look at the distribution. So what happened was, round 3, we all know it, Ngannou floors Fury. Now, if you look at where he punched him, it was at the top of his head. It did not connect, top temple. It did not connect squarely. So I was really quite surprised that Fury went down. And after that, you can see Ngannou went up to him like it was MMA and the referee had to hold him back. But he didn't put the pressure on after that. The rest of that round didn't even land a single punch. The rest of that round. So what you're supposed to do is when you have them on a run, follow them, stalk them, yeah? Don't give them any space to breathe. You need to take him down, and he didn't do that. So the first 8 rounds, Francis Ngannou, that's where his shots were concentrated. And the final 2 rounds, he must have thought that maybe he won. And so he kind of pulled back a little bit. The whole time Tyson Fury was in survival mode. That was not the champion that we've seen. That was a guy whose form was poor. His strategy, what was that? Changing strategy mid-game, mid-match, because he didn't have a proper strategy going in. He thought Ngannou couldn't punch, couldn't box. So the final 2 rounds, what lost it for Ngannou on paper, if you consider that we don't really, it's a job, isn't it? We need to get picked again. We need the boxing industry, it's been sabotaged now, to keep the big names in. What would have happened if Fury, his name was tarnished? That's a lot of money that we lose. He brings in the crowd. So you have to knock down the champion, yeah? And he didn't do that. You have to knock him out. You knocked him down, you have to knock him out. Don't let it go down on points. So distribution-wise, Ngannou's punches were over the first 8 rounds. Overall, just being factual, without worrying about career, without worrying about bringing in the crowd, without worrying about brand name, none of that, Ngannou won by 3 rounds to Fury. Yeah? So he won 3 more rounds than Fury did. Right? The knockdown, while it looked good, was actually not that spectacular. But it was a knockdown. Fury never got close. He was never in his element. Defensive mode. Overweight. They touched gloves after every round. I didn't like that. You're supposed to hate that individual. You're supposed to hate him. Why are you touching gloves? It's not right. Don't like it. Okay, so get out of your head. Get in better shape. And be on the attack. Don't be in survival mode the whole time. So that's what we look for as judges. Hope that clarifies things for you.